This is Sparta!
Y'all already know it. When you hear that noise, you're listening in to nothing but the best. Come on, let's get crunk, y'all. Let's go. Hit that those like buttons. Let's go. Baby, let's go. Oh, you all are listening in. Nothing but the best. Let's go. Yeah. All right, Nation. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. And let me just hit this one more time. Yeah. All right. Hey. Football is back. It's them boys versus everybody. Shout out to Star Gangs, Savages, man. Hey, we holding it down like 5 million pounds one way or another. We gonna get this thing going the best way possible. Week 1 is here, Cowboy Nation. We already know. We did the play-by-play. Me, Big Game James, Skywalker still with the DC Universe. Man, we held it down last night, right? Shout out to everybody, man, that tuned in and watched and gave us some valuable feedback and gave us some good information as it relates to that was a Houston Texans game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Newsflash, Cowboy Nation. Let me tell you guys this as well. We can't afford to play like the Texans. We can't. We cannot afford to play like the Texans. Shout out to Randall Cobb. I saw him make a little good move one time for the one time. Nevertheless, we can't exhibit and exude those type of things. No. And what Deshaun Watson got a taste of, he got a taste of reality. Reality sucks when you don't have a number one wide receiver, right? When you don't have nobody that really the opposition is going to respect and roll coverages that way and have your one-on-ones, or when you don't have a vertical seam threat. We saw that guy running for his life. No hot reads. No tall receiver that can reach out to the sky and bring the ball down. We've seen that before. Newsflash, Cowboy Nation. We saw that in 2018. That's what we saw last night, right? Shout out to you, Terrell. Shout out to you, Nesto, Nathaniel, Sterling Johnson. Really appreciate you. Marcus, really, I see you, Brandon. Everybody, man. Thank those watching on the Periscope. We're live right now on the Periscope and as well as the Facebook Groove. Only those two nations, right? We ain't live on YouTube Nation right now. But I will say this, Cowboy Nation. Let's talk about D-Law. Look. A lot of times, if you guys stay in a big house, right, or you stay in somebody's house, you know, and they start moving furniture out of the way, they start moving the big furniture out the way, you're going to look to them and say, hey, what are you guys trying to do? Are you guys trying to move something in, or are you trying to move something out? But when you start clearing things away for money, for remuneration to get more, meaning that you trying to bring in something big, Cowboys readjusted several players' salary, freeing up. We got $27 to $28 million. Let me repeat for those who way back in the back with the stars. We got $27 to $28 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of chinchetta. And just right, Jesus. And just right, Joy. So that's a situation where we going to have to say, okay, is this big play for Dak Prescott? Because if it is, crass on the Cowboys. Sad on them. You mean to tell me you could have did that last year or before the franchise tag deadline was up? Because all I've heard all offseason is that, hey, we need these coins. We need to make sure that, you know, we have enough money to pay our guys, right? Clearly, quite frankly, you have enough money to pay your guys. Let me know if I'm lying. Shout out to you, Brandon. I see you over there, dog. And for all of those, y'all see how Brandon got that beautiful decal to himself? That's because he's a supporter of the channel. We got some behind the scenes stuff, man. I really appreciate it with Bobby Belt. Oh man, Woody. You know, we got some behind the scene actions, and he's able to see it because he got one of those green hearts. I wish they get rid of the green color, because you guys know we need to write to Facebook and say, make our hearts blue, because we the Cowboy Nation, right? Billy, what's good with you? So the Cowboys are trying or planning on moving something. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's going to come from. I can tell you this. The Cowboys better not bring in a coffee table. No, they better not do that. Where they do that at? You moving all of this stuff around and you going to bring in a coffee table? Where the refrigerator at? Where the front load washing machine at? Where the front load dryer? Whatever it may be. We need to see something. Where is that 95-inch TV? You moving all of this stuff around. It got to be for a reason, right? Not just to say to yourself, well, we trying to pay Dak Prescott. It don't cost all of that to move it around. Let me know if I'm lying, Cowboy Nation. Diana, what's up? Really appreciate you. Jonathan Durban, really appreciate you as well. We're live like 95, Cowboy Nation, and football is around the corner for us. We got a chance to see the Kansas City Chiefs. It was okay. It was okay. Pat Mahomes, Money Mahomes. What if I told you like Ripley's Believe It or Not? I think that we can be more explosive than that team. I think that we can bring in a lot of heat to the table. Because if we go line by line, yes, Tyreek Hill is nice, and yes, Pat Mahomes is good. And yes, Travis Kelce is a man-child amongst everybody, right? He's a beast. He's a foreign object, right? A UFO. But I kind of like Amari Cooper. Oh, he's on the injury report. Oh, he practiced and he completed everything today. Full participation today. Oh, not just him. My dog Cheeto Woozier, full participation. Luke Gifford, full participation. So they finished practice and is expected to play week 1, Sunday night. Going back to our explosive weapons. Did I mention the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil man? But blessed is he that is in the name of charity and goodwill, separates the weak from the... You know what I'm saying? That's Ezekiel Elliott. I think that he can do exactly what number 25 did for the Kansas City Chiefs last night. And I can't just stop there. I can't. We got a guy that wears number 20. And I ain't talking about Mel Renfro, right? You know, legend of his own self, you know. But I'm talking about TP, are you with me? Tony Pollard. They said that they're going to utilize him more. They're going to utilize him more as a vertical threat, wheel routes, man, you name it and claim it. He's going to be able to do it. Roberts, really appreciate you for tuning in. I respect you, Law, but I don't agree on this one. Let me see if I can move it over here so I can read it better. Here's the thing. Before I read the rest of it, Brandon, I love it because we shouldn't all agree, right? We shouldn't all agree about everything. You guys wouldn't be here if we do. They're doing strictly that for Dak next year, and we have less than $1 million available for the cap. We need to extend Dak. I agree with that. I agree with what they're doing with the money. Nevertheless, they could have did this 3 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago, I meant to say, 13 weeks ago, 40 weeks ago. The craziest thing of it all, and let me give you guys this analogy. Some of you guys drive nice cars, right? If you can afford it, right? If you drive nice cars, they got these little warning signals that come up, sensors that tell you, hey, check engine light. You know, hey, radiator need to be flushed. Oil light come on. And you can ignore those signs. But the craziest thing of it all, the car will let you know that I'm low in oil. Then you can refuse to replenish. And what can happen? You can get there. You can flat out get to where you're going from A to Z with low oil. but the efficiency level would not be there. And when the engine lock up on you, baby, it's going to cause you more money. See, the Cowboys, collectively speaking, allowed the engine to lock up on them. Man, they could have paid Dak Prescott $24 million. $24 million. But they waited. They could have gave Dak Prescott an unbelievable contract for $30 million. But they waited and said, oh, no, we're going to push it a little bit longer, a little bit harder, right? Hey, let me know if you guys want the phone lines on. I can pull up the phone lines and you guys can call in. And this is what family supposed to do. We supposed to not all agree on certain topics. We should have our levels of disagreements, and we should be able to come together and, speak our minds, right? So the phone line for your mind, speaking of those things, let me give it a time for the system to upload. But while the system is uploaded, let me get y'all crunk again. Let's get this thing going. Yeah. Y'all hear that? This Cowboys coming. Yeah. Pump it up for me. There we go. Y'all hear it? That's me finna type the numbers in. Let's go. Bam. Here we go. Y'all hear that? My dogs are coming, baby. Y'all better watch out.
This is Sparta!
Give me some fire emojis, Cowboy Nation. All right. That's enough. Because I will have y'all running through a brick wall, and I'll be right behind you running like Ezekiel Elliott, running right through the lanes, baby. All right, so the phone lines are open. 682-214-4087 is the magical number. Give me a call. Give me what's on your mind, what's on your heart, soul, and sinew, and all of those good things, and we can go back and forth with that, and we can talk about this team. We can talk about week one, day one, game one, however you want to call it, at night, prime time game. I can guarantee you this. Dallas Cowboys will have the highest viewed game. Everybody, mama, uncle, Tupac, Biggie from the grave going to be watching this game because that's on their mental. That's why they love these Cowboys, because they can't get enough, baby. They can't get enough, huh, David? Oh, phone line for your mind, 6 dime. What you got?
What's up, Law? How you doing, man?
Talk to me, man. I'm doing great.
So I wanted to get your input on what you think. What do you think our starting cornerbacks are going to be since Lewis is out?
Oh, my goodness. So Lewis is out all the way. They said that Anthony Brown is the starting outside corner. Cheeto Awuzie, even with the knee or the leg or what have you, he's going to be the opposing or the opposite corner. And they're going to kick Worley inside as the slot guy. That's weird. It's weird making it.
You think Diggs is going to get a shot?
Diggs they're going to squeeze Diggs in the right way. And it may seem crass because the guy had an unbelievable training camp and off season. But I believe with those young guys, cornerbacks is a very fickle situation. You don't want their trust or I guess I can say this, confidence to go away. So they're going to squeeze them in slowly.
Now, let me ask you this. How do you feel about our safety tandem? I felt real good coming into the season knowing that we have a Pro Bowl safety with HaHa Clinton Dix. And then, obviously he didn't have a great camp, got cut. How do you feel now with who we have, especially with Xavier Woods being out for week one?
Well, this is it's unbelievable that they cut him, because I'd at least want to see him for a cup of coffee, at least for a series or something. At least get week one out the way, because his money was guaranteed anyway, right? But
yeah, we were losing $2 million either way. Might as well let him play a game or so.
Right. Let's see what it looked like. Kick the can. Maybe he'll be a gamer instead of a practice guy. But they pulled the trigger and said, okay, we would rather have, Darian Thompson. And I don't look at Darian Thompson as a free nor do I look at Clinton Dix as a box guy. So I can understand the notion of Darian Thompson beating out if they try to put down into the box, because all of the tape that I ever seen of him, he made most of his bones or most of his plays at the top or being the free safety. So that still escapes me on how they made that assessment.
I think cutting is a lot deeper than what we think, because some guys, they're not going hard in training camp. They're giving 60, 70%. They're holding back so they don't get injured.
That could man. That's some valid points right there. It could have been holding back, and then he was sitting there like, hey, when the game is on, I'm gonna show you guys what I can bring to the table, and he ended up holding back, and the young fish, Darian Thompson, was like, no, I'm not holding back. Or the Donovan Wilson, we haven't heard a lot from him. Maybe those two guys wasn't holding back, but we'll find out this Sunday night.
Yeah. What do you think about Brandon Carr coming in?
Experience I love. Skill set and play, I got big reservations. I'm thinking that, dog it, I don't think that Brandon Carr is that much of an elevation from a Clinton Dix, It's going to be a situation where we cleared up a lot of money, but if they're going to do all of that clearing up for a lot of money for a futures contract, why not kick the can when he was available on the Logan kid? Remember him? He was out there on the streets. I think if anybody
he was.
kick the can on him.
Slot corner, right? Logan Ryan.
He's slot slash a guy that can give you some nickel. He can give you some free safety play.
From what I hear, they're waiting until after week 1 to sign Earl Thomas to make it fully guaranteed. That would be a good upgrade.
Yeah, here's the conundrum. Here's the flat-out conundrum for everybody to understand this, too. Week 1, we're not going to see Brandon Carr. So let's say in a hypothetical world, all of a sudden we get blazed up, right? The Rams wide receivers are catching everything that Goff throws to them, and it looks trash. It looks horrible. What if the Cowboys say to themselves, well, that's because we didn't have experience out there, so we'll wait till we elevate Brandon Carr to the team next week, and we'll see what we look like against the Atlanta Falcons. It could be just that after week 2, then they will give Earl Thomas a call for a cup of coffee. That's just my, conspiracy theory there.
By then, you don't know if he's still going to be there.
True. It's playing Russian roulette, just like they did with the Logan kid or whoever else that's out there on the market.
Yeah.
Man, you got a good call, good points, man. Really appreciate you for calling in.
Well, I appreciate you. I don't want to take up too much more of your time.
Man, good call, man. Appreciate it. I'm going to give you a war chant, man. Salute.
This is Sparta!
6 dime for your mind. Good call, man. Really appreciate you for tuning in to the show. Anybody else want to call in? The phone number is 682-214-4087. I'm going to put it in the comment box there. You guys can see it. Shout out to everybody, man, that's tuning in. We them boys. Yes, David Guest, man. Really appreciate you. Joyce Harris. Good evening, Law Nation. DC for life, all day, every day, even twice on Sunday, right? Michael, what's good with you, man? Shared. Oh, if you guys share this content, just post share it in the comment sections. I love to go back and look to see who all supporting the nation, man, and I really appreciate the shares, the love, and adulations. So there's my thoughts. My biggest reservation on this team, clearly, secondary. And, of course, we can talk about the front 5, the offensive line. The offensive line is always a fickle process. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can find my phone. Here we go. 585, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Talk to me. Everything is great over here.
Hey, what happens if they saving that money for Dak Prescott?
Yeah, but they've been saving money for Dak Prescott for multiple years. Look, the best way to save money for Dak Prescott is to pay him before he was due his money, right? They could have saved millions. I'm talking about millions. I'm talking about $10 to $15 million they could have saved. But it could be, it's a good theory to say, okay, we're making moves around for future payments for Dak Prescott. But at least that means that he's had one hell of an off season, and they projecting that he's going to have one hell of a season this year, which I'm thinking he will too. But it's crazy,
we got the best. We got the best offense. We got the best offense.
We flat out do. We had the best offense last year. It's just that we couldn't capitalize, and I think that Mike McCarthy is going to be able to capitalize.
Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett was clapping on the sideline.
Oh my goodness, and spitting, chewing gum. How you doing, guys? That's what he was doing.
Yeah, you ain't like. I got a question. You think we should get rid of Sean Lee?
Here's the good thing about Sean Lee. If he don't play, he don't get paid. They got a contract. They got clauses in his contract. The more he sit out, he would not get a 1 cent of that money that he's supposed to get.
How much is his contract?
I forgot. It's about 5 or 6 mil. My capologist is in the chat.
That's more. That's more to the other money if we release him.
Yeah, but I think that there's something like incentive based that is guaranteed. I could be wrong, but if he don't play, he don't get that money. So by him missing out, the first 3 weeks or what have you, it goes.
Yes. It's the third game that he comes back.
Yeah.
Collins. I hope they don't get rid of Collins.
Collins. Elijah Collins.
Yeah, I hope they don't get rid of him.
No.
Oh no, that's our best tackler.
Well, here's the situation. Think about this. We paid Lyle Collins all of those papers in that bag last year for him to show up out of shape this year. And that just blew my mind. Like, dude, you couldn't do no plyometrics at the house, push-ups, sit-ups, calisthenics, something. He came in out of shape. Dak Prescott was fighting for his money, came in one of his best shapes. So that let me know where your heart is at, And I'm just kind of mad at Lyle, but hopefully, and I mean just that, these 3 weeks off, he can get back into shape and he'll be ready. Well,
let me let you go, and I like your show, and thank you for giving my call.
Man, anytime, man. I'm going to give you a war chat, man. Appreciate you.
This is Sparta!
585, man. He kept it live, man. Asked some good points, good conversation for the nation. I don't like it. I love it. That type of stuff I love, right? Ain't this right, Brandon? Ain't this right, Trey? Ain't this right, A.R. Lang? Really appreciate you and things over here. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. I see you, Jessica. I know you're going to call in, right? 682-214-4087. I want that positive vibe only. PVO. I know you're going to say it unless you're going to say it in the chat so everybody can hear. Yes, indeed. 4th and goal. We had the best running back in NFL. Here we go. Talk to me. You're live.
What's up, Law?
Everything, the sun and the moon, and of course these Super Bowl rings in a few weeks, right? In a few years.
Law, I'm so freaking excited and hyped. Man, just one more day. Cowboy football.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm so sick and tired of the down. Man, they're giving me a headache and a drought. Man, y'all making me so thirsty with all of the negatives. This has nothing to do with Jason Garrett. Stop bringing that man name up. Cut 3. That man over there in New York. This is a new coaching staff. Y'all just mad because you can't get no info. Well, let me tell you something. Scratch your butt and get glad. Because one thing about it, we don't know nothing, and guess who else don't know nothing? The enemy. The ones we going up against Sunday don't know nothing. So quit the doubting, dude. If y'all got to do all that doubting, man, y'all don't belong to the fans. We don't need y'all up in this chat with your negativity. PDO, baby. TEAM. It ain't no INT. You're worrying about this. You're worrying about that. Oh, y'all done forgot all the weapons we got all of a sudden. Oh, because you couldn't see them play. Oh, because you couldn't see them do this or do that. Well, it ain't none of your business. Just wait and let's see what it's going to be Sunday. And I want to see them do golf like they did Eli Manning. I'm looking for Tank them to go, ding, 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 tag team, who that? Boom, 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 boom. Sack City on them jokers and run all over them with Zeke, Tony Pop, CeeDee Lamb, Cooper, Man, we don't have no doggone lazy team. And y'all acting like we ain't got no talent. We done add super more talent to this team. And y'all sit up here like, oh no, I don't know. Our team ain't no doggone me freaking Redskins. This is Dallas doggone me Cowboys up in here. And we got talent out the wazoo. So let's get hype. I enjoyed the show. I always appreciate you guys, man. I thank y'all. And I also hit the join button today. I'm like, Lord, I want to be able to join all of them because I enjoy. I mean, I ain't been getting notifications for big game games. I got to wait till I come in and see y'all. Then at the bottom it'll show that he's live. I don't know what YouTube has got going on, but you know what? I just keep getting hype, y'all, man. Late night hype, everyday shows y'all do, man. I appreciate it. Because all we can do, y'all, is just anticipate and imagine. Because this is, baby, this is the time for us to get ring 6. I don't know what y'all thinking. I don't know where y'all mind is, but y'all mind better come on back in. And collect yourself, because baby, these boys are coming and they coming hard. I said 44-19. Woo. Then I seen somebody said 33-17. I want us to whoop them like we whooped those doggone me. Jack, was it Jack? That they said they were gonna come in and whoop us. And we did 44 on them jokers. Well, that's how I want it to be, and I want them to sack the mess out of both. I want him to look like Eli Manning did on that meme, my guy, that I posted on Twitter. I wish I could post it now. I would say this is what he gonna look like. That instead of that being Eli face on that meme, they gonna end up making a meme of golf. Because I want to see that. I don't want them to hurt the man, but I want them to make him be in a daze like they did Eli Manning, because they talk so much noise. And they talking so much noise. I'm so tired of the negativity. It's time to get hype. And I got butterflies. You hear me? I got the butterflies. You know, that anticipation.
Let's go, Jay.
So I ain't going to hold.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go. I don't want to hold up your phone line because I know there's other people trying to get in. But y'all better come on with the hypeness, baby. Ain't no time for no doubting. We ain't got time for no drought. It's time to whoop those lambs and make them hush their mouth.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I'm gonna turn that volume up all the way. Here we go. Let's go. Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate you.
You are.
Let's go. Oh, I'm crunk, baby. That's how you call it. That's how you call it, right? Bring that energy. We gonna keep that energy, baby. When I tell you, we bringing that thunder, and this is what we do, baby. This is what we do. This is our house, huh? Let me hear it again. Oh yeah. What if I told you that you better be ready? Because if not, we're gonna run right through you, right? Huh? Look at all the love and adulation. Really appreciate you. Jonathan, what's good? 24-17. I don't want to see that, but I would take it, though. I'll take a dub anyway, one way or another. But I think the Cowboys are going to be so ready, locked, loaded, and getting this thing going. Hey, we're not slowing down for nobody. Ain't this right? And Ezekiel Elliott over 100 yards from Vondale Jackson. I believe he can get that going, right? Donald, you know, what's up with you, man? MJ, really appreciate you, 307. Right. The kid from LSU was on fire last night. Yeah, he was on fire. He was patiently running, breaking in and out. He was Clyde the Glide almost. I know a lot of people don't want to say that, but he was gliding through that thing, and he ran with physicality, power, lowered his pad levels, kept everything in front of him. I think that he did a hell of a good job out there. Jessica, really appreciate the fires. You guys let me know how long I've been live, too. I gotta keep that monitored, too, because it is a Friday. You know how that goes, right? 35-10 is from Donald. Yeah. That would be nice. I would flat out love that one, though. I would love it, Home away from home, and you hear me. Yeah, I believe that we own L.A., right? Say to live and die in L.A., but we own L.A., though. Cowboy Nation, boy, they better been glad that this COVID, the pandemic is going on right now, because it will be a sea of silver and blue with the star on the side of the helmets and stars everywhere on the jerseys, everywhere. We'll be on number ones on everybody's list, right, Jessica, with the vibes? Yes. Lamb will have 2 touchdowns Sunday. He better, because I got him on my fantasy team, right? I'm the only guy in life that have a fantasy team with all Cowboys players, basically. I got Dak Prescott. I got Amari Cooper. I got CD for TD. So, hey, and I know a lot of people say, hey, man, it's going to be held during bye week, but bye week not until week 10. My backup quarterback is Russell Wilson, right? I even picked up Randall Cobb. I see them do a little something. At the end of the year, I believe Randall Cobb will get more touches, because when they look back at the game from yesterday, they're going to say, man, he was the only guy that was being semi-productive over there, right? What's up, Donald? Really appreciate you. My brother from another mother. Yes, I can't wait until we've, fried them birds, man. Fry them hard, Sometimes when you go to the restaurant, they bring out them French fries and it's soft. Tell them, I don't want it. Fry them hard. Put them in there for an extra 3 minutes or so. I want them hard. I want to fry those Eagles hard, right? Wherever the score was the last season game, is the score going to be for this game. Okay, Floyd. Hey, that would be nice. That's me, bro. Fantasy team, a.k.a. Dallas Cowboys. I even made a video of Dallas Cowboys 2.0. Yes, I'm excited to see Alden. Okay, yeah, I see you, Brandon. Here's the thing with that. I did a video on 3 guys that I really want to look at for, for this game, and I picked 2 defensive guys, because you guys know I'm biased because I love defense over offense any day. It's Diggs, Jalen Smith. I think that those 2 boys right there. I can't wait to see Jalen Smith in his new role as playing on the weak side or wheel or what have you, and I can't wait to see what CD for TD. He's my 3rd guy. So those 3 guys: Diggs, CD for TD, and of course Jalen. I can't wait to see what they're going to bring to the table. Shout out to Restream for letting me know that I made 100 messages there. I really appreciate Restreams for holding it down. Tobias, man, really appreciate you. Jay Riss, appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in as well. Jay always have some good information for everybody, man. Check out his comments there, man. He always on point, especially when he's talking in the Law Nation's Q&A group there. I got a Q&A group, question and answer. Like you said, I like your background. That's 5. This from Jonathan Durbin. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciation. All right, let me see. How long I've been live, Cowboy Nation? Let me see. Did somebody put the numbers out there? Let me know how many minutes. 32 minutes. Brandon, okay, I can roll for a couple more minutes. Last week it was Mulan, and then I saw Sonic the Hedgehog, so I don't know what I'm going to watch today with the peeps. So you know how they go, right? And the Giants will be New York Minis, right? And yeah, I heard this is a derogatory word, so I ain't going to say it, but I feel you, Donald. The Wolf Hunter, he's back. And you mentioned the wolf. Let me give you some. Yes, indeed, man. I think that he's going to bring a lot to the table. I really do think that he's going to bring a lot to the table. I would have put him at one of my 3 guys, but I want to know your 3 guys. Who are your 3 guys that you feel week 1 is going to step up? Will it be CD for TD? Will it be Dak Prescott? Will it be Michael Gallup? Will it be Blake Jarwin? Those are 3 guys. And I can't wait to see this thing. I can't wait to get this thing going one way or another. Brandon says, I got high expectations for Cheeto moving up to cornerback 1. Yeah, I was watching the first Friday movie. Friday? Oh, the Friday. Okay. That's on Netflix, right? Sheila Neal, appreciate you. Oh, Sheila. You over here on the Facebook roof? Appreciate you, Sheila. Really appreciate you for joining us over here on Facebook. Ross, man, really appreciate you. Colin Cowherd claims Philly has a better D-line. Not sure, but why? Here's my situation. I saw that episode. I was like, come on, man. What are you doing with yourself? What are you saying? And Colin Cowherd said basically that the Philadelphia Eagles got a better owner, better GM, better quarterback, better defensive front line, better makeup as it relates to the Cowboys, I guess as it relates to the overall collective roster, what have you. I just said, what is he thinking? He just trying to be clickbaitish, He trying to play the game or what have you of trying to pull in some people to hate against him. But the reality of it is that was just watered down substance, because he made the analogy is that here's this crazy analogy on it. And shout out to him, though. He got some good analogies here and there. Colin Cowherd said basically the Dallas Cowboys are a house that will paint the shutters, paint the outside, get the lawn and everything cared for, but disregard the plumbing. The kitchen is a mess. The infrastructure as it relates to the foundation is cracked. But they like to paint the house to make sure that everything looks good and everything looks exuberant or what have you. I come here to tell you guys that Colin Cowherd said that the Eagles are just the opposite. The Eagles are the people that don't worry about the lawn, don't worry about if the shutters are well intact or the paint job need to be done. But they more so worry about this situation, that the foundation is great and that the plumbing situation is good and everything. I come here to tell you guys, don't believe in what Colin Cowherd said, because number one, the Dallas Cowboys is not just about the fame and all of this stuff, especially out of this new regime. What happened here is, collectively speaking, is that the Cowboys fell in love with Jason Garrett. Let me go all the way back. The phone lines are off now, Cowboy Nation, so we'll open them up a little bit later. But here's the situation. We're going all the way back to the 90s. I got to go to the root of the cause. Sometimes a lot of people will say this and say that, but you got to go to the root. The root of the situation. Normally in life, you learn more from your failures. Can anybody disagree? You learn more from your failures, because you are able to make the necessary adjustments. You will say to yourself, man, I know better now not to do it in this fashion. I know better now not to do it in that fashion. Well, Lord, where are you getting at with this situation? Well, Jerry Wayne Jones, he didn't learn from his failure, because his failure was his success. He got rid of Jimmy Johnson, regardless of how you look at it. He brought in Barry Switzer, and all of a sudden, even though that first year, I still say that Deion Primetime Sanders PI'd my dog Michael Irvin, but that's a story of a different day. We lost. 49ers won. Give him a cookie. But what happened is that Barry Switzer, with that particular team, with everybody built on that team, Super Bowl ready, failed the team. But the next year, free agency was there. Jerry picked up the phone, got into a fight with Stephen Jones, and said, hey, we need Deion Primetime Sanders, right? So they brought him into the fold. We ultimately won the Super Bowl that year. And Jerry was like, hey, you see, we did it our way, or my way. We won the freaking Super Bowl. I was right. And then from that point, the team teetered away, because he failed to realize that the national media, you can't lie to kick it to them. They're going to pull out everything. They're going to find those warts. And this is good story time, so don't leave. Stay tuned. They'll find those warts. And what happened here is this right here, Cowboy Nation. The media started saying, hey, you know that Super Bowl you won, it wasn't really you, Jerry. Those were a players' coach team, meaning that the players really won that team. And guess what? Newsflash. The players not only won that team, won it for, it was Jimmy Johnson players. And that's how we started to trickle around with the 5 and 11s, the 5 and 11s. Even we brought in the other guy, Zempezi, whatever his name is. But we didn't win. We didn't win. Then when we got big sponsorships to come in, they said, you know what? We can't really build this $3.5 billion stadium for you when you go on 5 and 11 every year. We can't do that. You got to bring in some proof. You got to bring in some stability. We can't handle a volatile market. We need something with concrete stuff in it. And he said, well, dog, I'm going to get rid of all of my people, and I'm going to bring in Bill Parcells. That was his first good move, Cowboy Nation. Why, Law? Why you keep bringing up Bill Parcells? Man, let me tell you how great Bill Parcells was. That's football people coming into the building when Bill Parcells came. Remember, we were 5 and 11. Bill Parcells, in the small amount of time that he was with the Cowboys, he went to the playoff 2 times. One with Quincy Carter. The other time with Tony Romo, a young, frail Tony Romo. We just got rid of a guy from Bill Parcells' era named Jason Witten. That's how prevalent and how dominant Bill Parcells was, collectively speaking. So we went 13 years basically with Jason Garrett and the conjunctions with Wade Phillips or what have you in purgatory. No football acumen, no football pedigree, no football testament where you can go in and say, here's the grindstone, right? So that's what's happening with the Cowboys. And now we bring in Mike McCarthy, and I know a lot of people say, hey, he's no different from Jason Garrett. Hush. No. Hey, his resume, I want you to pull up side by side Mike McCarthy's resume and Jason Garrett's resume and let me know what you come up with, especially for those who he coached and helped elevate. I digress, Cowboy Nation. Yes, we them boys, Cowboy Nation. We them boys. That's a quick story time for your mind from Law Nation, yours truly, right? But I come here to tell everybody that Sunday, all what I just said is out the window. Now this is a new era. Now we got to judge this team based upon Mike McCarthy and his contemporaries, right? We can't be looking at this thing and saying, well, you know, they are the 8-8 boys. No, that's from the old administration. This is a whole new feel, a whole new vibe. Ain't this right, John Johnson? Ain't this right, Jonathan? Ain't this right, Donovan? Ain't this right, Brandon? Dallas loved them number 1 year prove-it deals. Yeah, we got to fix that out. Lamont Graham, yes, what's good with you? Such a turnaround for the franchise. Mike Zimmerman was a defensive coordinator. Sean Payton was an offensive coordinator. Bill Parcells was a head coach. Yes, Gutierrez is putting out some good historics out there. Think about it. Look, I cannot make this stuff up. You can't name me the coaches that came from Jason Garrett outside of the guy that's over there in Colts land, but one can argue and say that that's more of a Rob Marinelli's disciple or whatever that coach name was. It Eberflus or what have you. But you can't name me the coaches that came from that tree. But you can name me multiple coaches came from Jimmy Johnson tree. Multiple coaches that came from a Bill Parcells tree, right? Oh, my goodness, man. What Bill's doing now? Man, he probably somewhere on a fishing boat. He probably eating tuna. I don't know what Bill Parcells is doing now. Jason doesn't have enough McCarthy as yeah, Ross, I believe you. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. One day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick, huh? Gary, what's good? New Year's, let's go. Yes, new year, new flavor, new flow, and everything else. I feel like we swapped in the NFC East. This is from Donald. Yeah. I think the power and the dominance is here. Mike thought Alex Smith was better. Mike thought that Alex Smith was better than an Aaron Rodgers with the 49ers camp when at that time. Let's see this. You know, the craziest thing about that is that football is always crazy. Because Mike McCarthy didn't get a chance to put his hands on Alex Smith for a long, long period of time. And Alex Smith starting out with the 49ers, he was injured. He was injured. So I believe he went through some warts there. But this is the main thing that a lot of people fail to realize with Aaron Rodgers. And a lot of quarterbacks that they see on the tail end of their career or in the mid end of their career, that they think that what they see now is what they started off as. And that's the hardest thing to really dissect when you're talking about quarterback play. Normally, quarterbacks take a long time to get everything together. The Pat Mahomes of the world is very, very rare. And one can argue that Russell Wilson was a great guy managing of the game because he had so many parts around him. And I'm not trying to throw any shade or salt because I think that Russell Wilson is a brain of football, right? One can argue the same with Tom Brady, Big Ben Roethlisberger, as well as any quarterback that probably won it outside of Pat Mahomes in his last, few years here. Quarterbacks takes time to develop. Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Eli won a Super Bowls, multiples. But that doesn't make him better than a Tony Romo. But it's all about circumstances, I understand, And of course, Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer. There's more, believe it or not, there's more quarterbacks that's been game managers of the game, won Super Bowls, than the Brett Favres of the world, those naturally gifted quarterbacks, or even the Pat Mahomes. Even when you look back at last year, if Pat Mahomes didn't have the defense that was surrounded around him, or even if he didn't have their running game, they gave him the MVP because of the political side of football. But one can argue if they don't run the ball, and if Kansas City Chiefs, that's the craziest thing. If Kansas City Chiefs don't run the ball, and if Kansas City Chiefs don't stop the run, they don't win the Super Bowl. If Jimmy Garoppolo had more time in the pocket to step up through his throw, maybe our dog from Texas, Emmanuel Sanders, would have been able to catch that ball. Maybe put a little bit of air under the ball that he could run up under it. That's the craziest thing about football, Cowboy Nation. Glad we didn't draft Paxton Lynch. I saw him on the waiver wire the other day. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we didn't draft Paxton Lynch or what have you, Brandon. But that's all the time that I have for this beautiful moment, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button. Rub it if you want. Share this content. Let that friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. There's a green heart down there. If you want to support the nation, I really appreciate you in advance. And that's how we can grow this thing, get better equipment, better sound, better lighting, better everything. And join me on this journey as we continue to grind and shine. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let me see if they can turn me up over here. Give me some fire emojis on my way out, baby. Yeah. Y'all know I gotta leave you with a message, though. You might want to write it down, huh, Sheila? You heard it earlier. I'm gonna tell people this right here. But I gotta get crunk first. Let's go. Fire emojis. It's all about the establishment of your mind. You control this thing, and I say this all the time because this is all about that heart, right? Write this down, Cowboy Nation. Write it down if you can. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you're gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you will just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, that could be that Super Bowl, Cowboy Nation. If dogged and grim and besieged and besetted with the help of Almighty G-O-D, guess what, Cowboy Nation? We can get it. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really appreciate you all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Cowboy Nation. Let's go, baby.
This is Sparta!
Yeah. Shout out to you, Jessica. Shout out to you, Donald. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat box, baby. We don't die, we multiply. Cowboy Nation. Tell that friend, tell that neighbor, tell everybody where to go when they want to tune in. When you want to get crunk on, you just tune in over here. When you want to get crunk Solomon, you just come on over here. When you want to get crunk, you just come on over here. Brandon, Jonathan, everybody, Floyd, everybody. Let's get crunk. Let's get this thing going the best way possible. Cowboy Nation, we're out. Peace.